Hey viewers, me and team here. Welcome to Starcraft 2 match, and I'm going to be the orange Protoss. That's right. This is not a one-on-one, it's a 3-on-3 game. This is actually a 3-on-3 random, and I haven't played a lot of games in 3-on-3 yet, so placed platinum in randoms 3-on-3. And so my allies will be the purple Zerg Spixel, the yellow Protoss Legend, and two Zerg opponents, Visage and Oguk. And finally, another Protoss Blue Ibuyamis, whatever. Ibuyamis, good. And okay, we got some action right from the start in this 3-on-3. Yeah, 3 on cheese. Yes. Actually, 9 pylon. Yep, 9 pylon. Pretty standard. I'm going to get my gateway a little bit early though, because there's 2 Zergs, so gotta get the earlier gateway. We're actually going to 10 gate rather than 12 gate. Just safety. Yes. Don't stop producing probes other than to build the gateway, though. You don't want this to be too much economically hampered. A little bit. They're going to scout this all the way, but it's a little bit far to run workers to go kill it. I would have liked to have placed it closer, but it's really hard to hide stuff here, and plus they can really pull their workers with the shared ramp and shared bases quickly. So I didn't bother with that. So just simple proxy 1 gate, the kind of thing that is pretty funsies. And then of course I'm going to scout where are the Zergs, because I'd prefer to hit the Zergs to the Protoss. The Zerg standard is like 14 pull, or later pull than the Protoss would put a gateway normally. So I want to hit them. I can do them more damage, and plus it'll really hamper any fast expands. In fact, I'm right in the way of a fast expand to some extent. And I guess they could drop a hatch, but the last thing they want to do against this is 15 hatch. They'll never get any units out and lose all their drones to like a zealot or two. And we have seen me win that way in one-on-one before, so yeah, Zerg doesn't really want to do that. But yeah, that's the strength of this build. I'm going to have a zealot out before the spawning pool finishes, and this is a relatively early spawning pool. Meanwhile, my ally is just going 2 gate, probably figuring he's going to need to back me up, which is somewhat true in a team game. I'm not going to be able to defend myself if they multi-counter attack. And I'm just going to Chrono Boost out 2 Zealots, nothing more. Don't want to get too committal with it. And yeah, right here, we're going to force him off the line. So he's going to lose a lot of mining time. He's forced to drop a spine. I'm going to force him to finish the spine, get him to micro his dudes a little bit. And yeah, look at this. No larva usage. I'm damaging the spine, forcing quite a few defenses. And then I'm going to run here and camp with my zealot and hold position him here so that it's hard to surround him. And yep, bring in the other zealot and cause even more grief, actually killing a zealot. So I've already made up the cost of one of them. Plus, having spent this much time away from mining, certainly he's lost some time there too. So, looking at the units lost, I've lost 3. Why did I lose 3? Oh, because he's killing my structures. But I really hampered Teal a lot in terms of mining time and his early game. So if you look at the units, you're going to see a lot of damage there. Yeah, he's got 15 drones, actually. Red's doing worse for some reason. I guess this whole time he's been droning up. But, yeah, I'm ahead of him. Got 19 workers, almost caught up to Blue, who's been largely going econ. So what's the transition from this? Well, usually when you do this, it interferes with tech play. They want to start droning up. They might get some defensive roaches, which you're going to see here. This guy's going Evo Chamber. I guess he's just going mass upgraded Zerglings. And Protoss 3 gate plus Robo Facility. Okay, my teammates also 3 gates. Twilight Council looks like he's looking to blink stalkers or maybe some cheesy peasy to support mine, like maybe TTs or something. But yeah, I'm gonna drop a couple more gateways and also a Stargate, getting both my gas and yeah. I mean, now we're doing pretty well on the harvester count. Really only need a couple more probes here before I saturated for 1 base. Of course, I'm gonna eventually want more than 1 base if this game drags along, but for the time being, we're good. Air weapons, level 1, might as well. Teammate just gets mauled by banelings there, so that aggression is not doing so hot. Units lost, where are we? Orange, yellow, and purple. We're still behind, unfortunately, and purple's actually managed to lose more than me with my proxy gain, so that's not the best. Apparently they've been working on these rocks already, Yellow deciding to help out with that. And yeah, it's similar to the Robo play with Stargates, just Chrono Boost constantly. And you'll get a decent number of Void Rays. And yeah, with air level 1, that's going to make them significantly better. I'm just gonna reach these roaches, man. They're really putting pressure on us. But only one player is expanding for the other side as well right now, so we're not too far behind yet. Not yet. And he's just gonna be forced to back out there. Of course, there's nothing really to defend here, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I got a macro hatch for purple, interesting. Continuing to chrono out my Void Rays, almost done with Air Weapons 1. What do they have here? Base 6, 10 versus Armored, so it's pretty scary against some things. And Visage coming up here with his roaches. By the time that's going to get here, I'll have 2 Void Rays out, so he's not going to do a lot to me by himself. He does have Stalkers coming for support, but I don't know what prompted them to back off. He never even poked up there. We do know they're coming because he's flying underneath one of my teammates' Overlords. But instead of hitting me, they decide to push more towards the middle ramp, I guess. Feeling like I fortified myself too well or something. I don't get it. They don't know anything. They had no scouting information. They just backed out there. Not tremendously useful. So I'm going to come over there. Yeah, OMW on my way. And we're going to start charging the Void Rays on the high ground. Whatever. Forcing them to run back. A lot of damage here, and you gotta micro these. These are expensive units, and you can't afford to lose them. And unfortunately here, I'm going to have the enemy take pot shots at them. I am going to be able to get them away, thanks to her high ground harass. Those Stalkers are not going to be able to do much. Meanwhile, Zealots are getting kited by roaches, and then Red's starting to run around here too. So they have all 3 of their guys here, but back to more Void Ray harass. Now run away. They got a shot off, but not going to break the shield this time. Yep, right back to the high ground. Micro back, yeah, and these wings all get trapped by force fields, and I can pick them off with my voids. Now I can use full health voids to work on the Stalkers a little bit. Again, microing back to the Void Rays that are being fired upon. And we're going to clean this up, actually. Looking at units lost, we are now doing a lot better. In fact, thanks to Blue's throwing away units, we're ahead, and I'm one of the fewer. Losing... I'm like tied for 3rd, I guess. But considering what I lost early on, that's not too bad. I do get the air armor started, continuing to work on Void Rays as well. And you really need the gateways. You cannot, like, there's nothing you can build in a Stargate that will use up all your minerals, so you need a mineral dump. And there's some support to be had from that as well. Alright, I should really bring him into the fray. But yeah, now you get 7, 11, but considering the attack speed, that scales pretty nicely. Hopefully I moved that. I don't know if I did during the game or not. If I just left it there for defense, pointlessly. But I'm going to push up here. Yeah, get some roach kills. Missed an engagement there. 3-on-3 is hectic, man. I mean, we got all kinds of running nonsense. But basically, teammate got a bunch of stuff killed there, then I ran voids in, and TL backed off. Purple still poking around for some damage. And since it's 3-on-3, this does turn into a macro game. Oh my god, that's going to sit there the whole game, isn't it? Not the best. But okay, so Blue is set up on us, but he hasn't transferred, only now transferring. So he's a little bit ahead of me, but not as much as he could have been. Now I've been at 25 for 1 base, but you're going to see me adjust very quickly to the fact that I have a new base coming up. And this is the Protoss macro, man. This stuff... You can get workers so quickly with the Chrono Boost. Now, if I do actually Chrono Boost, that would be great. Oh, I also wanted to make sure I was continuing training Void Rays. Okay, so I'm playing a little bit more safely here. I am getting more and more Void Rays, so pretty nasty. I haven't lost any, although that guy's kind of lost in one sense. Meanwhile, opponents are taking Expo, where are their units? Colossi with Stalkers, not exactly unstandard. He should be getting upgrades, though. It's pretty late in the game. Infestation Pit, so Teal is going Roach Infester. I've never seen that one before. Just like we've never seen Dark Braze before. No, but Roach Infester is good. So that's a good play for him. He should probably be tanking an Expo, though. just because infestors are very gas heavy and it's hard to get a decent quantity on one base. So that's that. And yeah, now pulling closer on the probes. Just gotta start chrono boosting those probes, man. Stop queuing them up too. But yeah, before I can afford additional production facilities, I'm just going to have to macro up. So this is a bit of a tense moment, just because I don't have any extra production structures, but I'm taking an expo and building workers instead. So there's a window here where I'm a bit more vulnerable. And red is going Muta, Spire Muta, not taking upgrades on them, but he is going to be spamming those Mutas, as I recall. So that's fun time. More stalkers warping in. Yeah, they know about the derp rays. They are not fooled. Not for a moment. But we do have some ground support from yellow. He's certainly adjusting to what I'm doing nicely. He does have upgrades. Getting a decent chunk of sentries for force fields and colossi. Is that off one robo or two? You'd be surprised what you can get off one robo if you religiously chrono boost. Much like all of my void rays to this point. And I have 10 of them. And yeah, look at that. Now I'm getting up there in probes. I have been chronoing them a little bit. Caught up to some of the others. I'm going to continue training them too. But yeah, you'd be surprised what you can get off one prototype structure if you chrono it. And if you're willing to divert your energy there. But sometimes you don't have anything that's markedly better. And that kind of balances out your spending the best. And it seems like so often with Stargate and RoboPlay that is the case. So now we're pinging around. They actually ping the mutas. And who has vision of that? Oop, that's not us. We should be... Here we go. Who's looking here? Oh, a changeling by purple. Yeah, as soon as I saw Muta, you're going to see some cannons coming down. Shouldn't be too long before I start dropping cannons here. I'm going to be looking to protect this base from my ally since it's more threatened than mine, but I still need some help here because Mutas are pretty fast. Also, was planning on building more derp rays. Yeah, Fleet Beacon just to get the upgrades because I'm locked at 1-1 without it. But now I'm going to start training Phoenix, and normally Phoenix are not a good counter to Mutas because you can't get enough of them to counter the Zerg Mutas. But now that I have multiple Stargates out, which I was building anyway, I actually built them before I noticed the Mutas. I can pretty much spam out some Phoenix pretty quickly and start matching the Muta numbers, or at least doing a decent job against them considering we have Void Rays in play as well. And yeah, these guys, dude, just devastating. 2 shots of 11 to Mutas. Just painful to them, so if I can catch up to them, I'll be in good shape, whereas they just do a 9 damage pack. They'll bounce a little bit, but they're not going to beat Phoenix. Phoenix are disgustingly good against them. Yellow working on the Overlord here, staying at +1/+1. I think I've started on +2 now. No, I haven't. I will soon. Notice I'm accruing a lot of minerals. I need to add some gateways to continue producing zealots, but I haven't done that yet. Yeah, here we go. Now we got the mutas out. We're going to take a look at everyone's army. It's a lot of noise, though, because, well, we've got 3-on-3. But we'll have to handle it. 19 mutalisks, so that's pretty disgusting. I only have 4 for count, but, oh man, I'm getting some frame loss here. Yeah, I got 3 more on the way, plus the Void Rays, so these guys, if purple is anything, or the spores, yeah, he does have the spores. Man, he's like really going overboard on the spores. That's not going to work. And he's actually attacking into this. And yeah, I'm going to see that. I'm on my way quickly. A little bit of kiting with the Phoenix. I don't want to lose them easily, so I don't want to engage there. But if I can pull them back into the spores, that's great. For now, I'm just going to sit here, as I can react quickly with the bulk of my army no matter what. Now up to 9 Phoenix, so 10 Phoenix. Looking better against Muta. And we, yeah, Legend catches the Expo going down and says, hey, you guys want to fight? And how are we looking at the army at this point? We are heading towards an engagement. Blue's got a lot going on. I actually have similar amounts to blue, so blue and I as the protons have a huge armies going into this. Yellow has more than red or teal, and so does purple. So as a team, we are ahead here, and that is useful. Also notice that, oh no, he does have his 1-1. Zorg has no upgrades at all, and neither does, well, red has an armor upgrade. Not sure what that's about. It will reduce the derp ray damage a little bit, but Nothing significant. So we're going to see them here. We really don't want to engage that with the Colossi shooting over the cliff. So rather than take that on, I'm just going to clear these rocks and start pressuring the expansion. I'm going to slow this down because a lot happens here. First of all, we got Roach and Fester. Way too many force fields, man. These guys overuse their force field. Meanwhile, up here, I'm engaging the Mutalisks, and I do have a decent amount of Phoenix now to his Muta. So while he's shooting those, the Void Rays are going to charge, and I'm going to get some support, and these Mutas are going to get eradicated. Blue starts pushing up, got Festers dropping Fun and Fungal Growths, Colossus firing on either side, and now these force fields are getting crushed by Colossi, so that's not good. But we clean up over here, and now I can start concentrating fire here. He's leaving the Void Rays alone, and that's causing them to do increasing damage, and the force fields are blocking a little bit, so that's not too bad for me. And upgrades advantage slightly goes to yellow here. I don't have mine yet, but oh no, Infestors running to their doom, and yeah, noticing them, I'm going to Graviton Beam them, because that makes it effective. They can't really do much while they're Graviton beamed. But it's an alternative use for the leftover Phoenix I have, which I'm really not training a lot more of them. But yeah, they're re-macroing a bit, but if you look at the armies now, we are soundly in the lead. Yellow and I both sustaining the majority of our armies after that battle, and allowing it to live and continue fighting. And our opponents are getting some of their only mining bases destroyed. Yes, I got mind controlled, and so are these guys, so that sucks. I think they're gonna get my Void Ray. I don't know. It's pretty annoying when they mind control you. But whatever. Unupgraded Roach is not gonna cut it. Most of these bases are mined out. Yeah, mined out for the, well, they didn't get enough workers, I guess. So that's mined out. No! My Void Ray. But yeah, Oguk leaves the game realizing the writings on the wall here, and if you look at it, it's pretty obvious why that is. And thankfully he doesn't shoot my Void Ray, but rather just blast that guy and I get control my unit back. Oh no, I guess I did grab this Void Ray at one point, so there you go. I eventually took it along. Go me. Unfortunately, never finishing my second air upgrade. So there you go. You get like 10 Derp Rays off of one Stargate after proxy 1-gating people. Definitely an interesting experience, and these 3-on-3s are always a little bit more chaotic, and you can do more in them than you can on other games. So anyway, thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Me and Team signing off.